Hey guys, it's Andrew, and today I'm going to show you how to kill Abyssal Demons. Now, some info on them. You need 85 sir to kill them. It's generally not worth it to use wild pies. You can kill them in the Slayer Tower or Curadel's Dungeon when you're on a task, but the best place to kill them is the Fairy Ring. Well, when you're not on task, the best place to kill them is here, the Alternate Abyss, Fairy Ring code. What is it, ALR? You can only get here through the Fairy Ring. I'm going to show you multiple different methods, although it really just comes down to you killing them. They have pretty good drops, mainly the whip. They drop a few good charms. You'll get a Crimson Charm every 6 kill, roughly. Okay, here's the first setup. This is, I call the welfare. I mean, I've never had to use this, but if you're like really poor, you lost your bank, you got DDoS, like SparkMech, you can go in this and it's fine, honestly. I want to say that it really doesn't matter that much what equipment you're using, if it's just standard melee without prayer or anything. If you have a fighter torso, of course you can use that too. I never use this, but if you're really poor or anything, that's fine. Okay, here's what you use if you have a little more money. Do not use the Dragonfire Shield. You do need the extra accuracy. If you wear a fighter hat, if you have it, but if you don't, wear a Nezi. If you can't afford Bandos, it's fine. You just wear toe rags and it works just fine. But if you're training strength, you can use the Sarah Sword, D-Skimmy, and Defer. Anything you want. Now, here is one of basically the best gear you can use. For this method, you're using Piety. Piety will definitely help you get whips faster, help you get Crimson Charms faster, get you much more kills per hour. But if you want to do it effectively, you're going to need Praslit from, I believe, the Slug Menace quest, Soul Wars Cape from Nomad's Requiem, and it's not necessary. You can also use the Sarah Sword, of course. It's not necessary, but it's very helpful if you have a Saradomin God Sword, because it will like constantly replenish your prayer, and you'll use it a lot slower. And I'd only recommend this method if you have if you do have these items. So, go and get them. The Fury is not necessary. Do wear the Nezi over the fighter hat for the prayer bonus. Now I'll show you another one. Here's another method gear I've been using recently. Magic. You can use the best magic stuff you have, preferably a Rims. It gives pretty nice defense. See, definitely, if your defense is not really high, you might want to wear the Dragon Square Shield. Preferably not the DFS. It gives too high of a negative magic bonus, even if Abbies are pretty weak to mage. The best ideal shield you might want would be this Arcane Spirit Shield. Obviously, that's not really practical. So the best that's practical would be the Blessed Spirit Shield, or the regular one, as they give pretty good defense and no negative magic bonus. I personally don't have that, and I'll probably work on getting that, but I don't have that. Now, if you find the Bunyip is not enough, you want to bring the Enhanced Excalibur. The special is really nice. It gives you 20 HP, well, 200 LP, and raises your defense level a considerable amount. So you definitely want to look into getting that if you're planning to do Mage a lot, and you should be able to get well over 100k XP per hour. And this is personally how I plan to get 99 Mage. The Saragon Sword will work as well, but preferably the Excalibur, the enhanced one anyway, because it gives the defense boost. And also, damn, I forgot to mention, don't use Ancients. Use the Surge spells or the Wave spells, use the best combat spell you can on the normal spellbook. They'll give good XP, and they don't cost too much. Okay, this is what you're gonna wear for the standard methods if you're just meleeing, you're not praying or anything. You're going to want to camp there for 6 Bunyips, which is a pretty long time. I think it's 264 minutes. I know that off the top of my head. What you're just going to... I'll demonstrate it, but the summoning potion is necessary, because what you're going to do is you're going to summon one Bunyip, restore your points, and then when the Bunyip runs out, you're going to have enough points left to summon another one without having to recharge, and then for the rest of the Bunyips, you're just gonna use your summoning pot. I did mostly this, but now I've been doing the prayer method usually, and I'll show you that. Here is the, oh god, sorry, I have a cold, but anyway, here is the inventory for the prayer method for piety. So what you're gonna do for this is, you may notice there's only 2 bunyips for this one, but that's really not a big deal because you can just go get more for the fairy rings. And I forgot to mention before, you need the Fairy Tale Part 2 quest for the fairy rings. And I think if you do the 3rd one, the new one that just came out, you don't need a lunar staff. But I just heard that. It might not be true. And how ironic, someone's just asking me if I'm doing it. Abby's. Well, technically I'm not, but anyway. The Saragod sword, it helps a lot. If you don't have it, maybe use the ancient mace or something. And obviously, if turmoil, you could use that. Soul split definitely isn't necessary, because the bunyip will still cover your HP. So that's about it. I mean for the inventories. The mage, I guess you could use a Wolpertanger or the mage pots, although those would kind of be expensive. I wouldn't like pray this mage prayer or anything, even augury. Probably not worth it because they have such low mage defense in the first place. And I guess I'll show you how to kill them. You may have noticed I didn't mention range. Range isn't really effective for killing them at all. They have pretty decent range defense. I'm sure you can do it somehow with like D-high and all that shit. So as I mentioned, you're gonna summon 1 bunyip. This isn't necessary, by the way, if you have high enough summoning, but I only have 68, which is the bare minimum for the bunyip. I do have plenty of charms from Abbys to get it up though, around 6k crimsons. Take your lunar staff. Make sure you got everything. Not that you can't just go back. You got a fairy ring code ALR. Teleport there. So now you just run over here. You're gonna see 2 spawns. First you're gonna pot up, of course. If you're using piety, select that as your quick prayer. Turn that on. Preferably playing like the full screen. I mean, not the whole thing where it takes up your whole monitor, but just like the fixed option. I can't really switch now, but and attack them with your lunar staff. No, just kidding. Again, if you don't have the Soul Wars cape and Prazen, it's probably not worth it pieting. But that's really all there is to it. I mean, it's kind of self-explanatory. Now, just make sure you have the spawns right. You're gonna look on the minimap. It should look like this. You're gonna kill a spawn over here and a spawn over here, and you know what just happened? This thing's rarer than the whip. That's just great. If you see my Abbys FML videos, you would know that I'm annoyed with that. All you gotta do is just not expect whips. If you're like running in, you're like, oh, is this gonna be a whip? This is gonna be a whip. You're just gonna be so annoyed with it when you get a dry streak. Because whips, you can get maybe 100, a little over 100 kills per hour with piety. Maybe 90 without it. Probably even more with turmoil and extremes, but I don't have those because I'm poor. Just kidding. But the whip drop rate is 1 out of 450, so you're not gonna get whips too often, but you'll get them occasionally, you know, and it's always a treat to get whips. Sorry about my voice. I do have a cold, like a sinus infection. It's just so annoying. Another thing I didn't mention the alch runes. Just alchemy, rune chains, rune meds, not the rune javelins because they alch individually. And you know, you will get stuff. The other day I got a dragon med helm, and no, yesterday I got a dragon med and a dragon stone. Again, both rare than the whip. Got a rune at bar and everything, but I really should just wrap this video up. There's not much to killing them here. Pot up every 11 levels because the bunyip is 44 minutes, so then you'll just run out of supersets when you run out of bunyips. And just don't give up if you get a dry streak. That's the worst thing that you can do. You can't let these guys win. So that's about it. Good luck getting whips. Good luck getting Abbey heads. I know I'm trying to get an Abbey head. I'll see you guys later. Invite video for 99 HP party, maybe in a week or 2. See you guys later. Bye.